So in the previous class we had discussed about some of few techniques, that is chromatography, distillation and fractional distillation. So now we will discuss how to separate different gases from air, or how can we separate, or how can we get different gases from air. So air is a homogeneous mixture, and can be separated into its components by fractional distillation. So we know that air is a homogeneous mixture, different gases are present in air, so it can be separated by fractional distillation. So first of all, air is compressed and cooled by increasing pressure and decreasing temperature. So first of all, we will compress the air so that it is compressed and then cooled by increasing the pressure and decreasing the temperature, so that it will be converted to liquid air. From gaseous state to it will convert to the liquid air. Then we will allow the liquid air to warm up slowly in the fractional distillating column, so that the gases get separated at different heights depending on their boiling point. Depending on their boiling point, they are getting separated at different heights in the fractionating column. First of all, air, which is a homogeneous mixture and free from the dust, that is compressed and cooled by increasing the pressure and decreasing the temperature. So we are increasing the pressure and decreasing the temperature, so that air is getting compressed and then cooled, so that the air can convert it to liquid air. Then the liquid air is allowed to warm up slowly in the fractional distillation column, so that the gases can be separated at different heights depending on their boiling points. For example, like oxygen, its boiling point is 183 degrees Celsius, and we know its percentage means its by volume it is 21%, approximately it is 20.9, and approximately we are telling oxygen as 21%. Then argon minus 186 degrees Celsius, 0.9%, nitrogen minus 196 degrees Celsius, and it is 78.1, approximately it is 78%. So these are the process that we are that is undergoing in the fractional distillation process, so that air we can separate out the different gases. We can separate out different gases from the air. So if we want to get oxygen gas from air, we have to separate out all other gases. Suppose we want to get the oxygen gas, so we have to separate out all other gases, then we can get the oxygen gas present in air. So first of all, the air is compressed by increasing the pressure and then cooled by decreasing the temperature to get the liquid air. The liquid air is allowed. So first of all, here two things are taking place: for compressing, increasing the pressure; for cooling, decreasing the temperature. After that, it is converted to liquid air. Then the liquid air is allowed to warm up slowly in a fractional distillation column. Then the gases can be separated at different heights according to their boiling points. On the basis of their boiling points, they will get separated different heights, and we can get the different gases present in the air. Here you can see this is the separation of components of air, and this is also can be called as fractional distillation. So here the air is coming, and then air is we are applying pressure, and then the hot air is passing, and then it is coming here. So here the water is going out, and the freezing cold water is going in, and then water is out. Here the cold compressed air again coming, and the carbon dioxide is coming out as dry ice. And then it is passing, the liquid air is passing. Here the fractional distillation column, now it becomes the liquid air. Here it becomes the liquid air. So it is passing, the carbon dioxide comes out as dry ice, and the liquid air passes through the fractional distillation column, and the nitrogen and argon gas are also out, and we get the liquid oxygen. So this is also known as the fractional distillation, or the separation of components of air. So first of all, the air is compressed by increasing the pressure, and it is cooled down by decreasing the temperature, so that we can get the liquid air. So after getting the liquid air, it is allowed to warm up slowly in the fractional distillation column, and then the gases are separated out. At different heights depending on their boiling point. So this is how we can get the different components from the air. So now we will see how can we get pure substance from an impure sample, or what is crystallization. So by using crystallization method, we can get the pure solids. The crystallization method is used to purify solids. For example, the salt we get from seawater, it has many impurities in it. So we use the crystallization method to remove the impurities. So crystallization method is used to purify solids. So crystallization method is used to purify solids. The salt we get from sea, it has many impurities. So to remove the impurities, the process of crystallization is used. It is a process that separates a pure solid in the form of its crystal from a solution. So crystallization is a process, or it is a technique that separates a pure solid in the form of its crystal from a solution. For example, we will take some sample of copper sulfate. We will take copper sulfate in china dish, then we will dissolve the copper sulfate in minimum amount of water. We will take some copper sulfate in a china dish and we will dissolve it in water. Then we will filter the impurities. We will filter the impurities, and whatever water is left in the copper sulfate, that we will remove by the process of evaporation. So after evaporation, the water also removed, then we got a saturated solution. We got a saturated solution, and if we cover the solution with filter paper and we will leave it undisturbed for at room temperature for some time or some day to cool it, then we can find a fine crystals of copper sulfate in the china dish. This process is called crystallization. By using this technique, the crystals of solids, pure solids, are obtained from a solution. Like first of all, we are dissolving the impure sample, then we are dissolving the impure sample in minimum amount of water, then we are filtering out the impurities. After that, we are covering the solution, and whatever water is present in that solution, after filtering out the impurities, we can evaporate it so that water can be removed. To get a saturated solution, we can evaporate, then we can cover the solution and leave it for few days to cool down. Then we can get a fine pure crystals of solids. Fine pure crystals we can get, pure solid in the form of crystals we can get. So this is called crystallization process, and crystallization technique is better than simple evaporation, because some solids decompose, or some like sugar may get charred or on heating to dryness. Some impurities may remain dissolved in the solution even after filtration. So on evaporation, this contaminate the solid. That is why the simple evaporation and crystallization, if we will compare, then crystallization is better than simple evaporation technique. So this you have to learn it, that why it is an important question for you, why crystallization technique is better than simple evaporation technique. Because some solids decompose, some get charred on heating, so like sugar and all, to dryness. Then some impurities may remain dissolved in the solution even after filtration. So on evaporation, this contaminate the solid. That is why crystallization is better than simple evaporation, and it has some applications like purification of salt that we get from sea water, that is purified. We are getting fine pure salt that from the sea water because of the crystallization process. Then separation of crystals of alum from impure samples, that also can be done by using crystallization process. So the crystallization process is used in the purification of salt and the separation of crystals of alum from impure simple samples. So thus, by choosing any of the above methods, like we had discussed the various methods of separating components from the mixture, according to the nature of the components of a mixture, we can choose any of the method and we can get a pure substance. So with the advanced technology, many more methods of separation techniques are coming, that is we will discuss later. So according to the nature of the components, we can choose any of the method to get a pure substance. In cities, drinking water is supplied from the water works. So here you can see, this is the water purification system in water works. First of all, the reservoir contains water, then the water is is allowed to pass to the sedimentation tank where the sediments are allowed to settle down. Where the sediments are allowed to settle down, then it is passed to the loading tank. Here the sedimentation to sediment the suspended impurities. So after that it is passing to the filtration tank, and then after getting filtered, here it is chlorination is done, or chlorine gas. Chlorination means chlorine gas is passed to kill the bacteria. So chlorination is done here, and then the water is supplied to the home. So here we can, from the reservoir, first of all sedimentation takes place, then filtration takes place, then chlorination takes place to kill the bacteria, and then we are getting the water. So this is how we get water at our homes. Water purification system in water works. So along with this, please read your books, all the techniques of all the methods of separation of components from the mixture, so that you will be more clear about each and every methods and what are its applications.